Today's pregame show is brought to you by Z-Bart of Corpus Christi. Rick Sines with Z-Bart of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas athletics. Stop by their location at 4535 Everhart for auto alarms, window tint, diamond gloss, auto detailing, rhino linings, and more. Call 361-985-9274 for more information or to make an appointment. Z-Bart, it's us or rust. Here at Veterans Memorial with head coach Lee Yeager in our Z-Bart pregame show. And coach, I want to talk to you first about, let's talk about the one-game series. That's everybody's favorite, right? A one-game playoff. And so let's talk about last week. And you guys opted to go with Xavier Perez. And was that a strategy kind of decision, or?
That was a little bit of combination of a few things. Xavier is matchup situation for him. We want a guy that could kind of get in there and throw strikes with 2-3 pitches, and Xavier's kind of our guy that can do that. And we still feel like Jose, we're still trying to get his arm strength up and get him full strength. So we thought we'd give him a full 2 weeks to get himself ready to go for this series right here. And that's kind of our plan right there. We figured Xavier would be a good matchup for him.
And coach, let's talk a little bit about Xavier. I mean, I know you knew coming into the season you were going to have him available for you, but I know you had no idea that he was going to be the guy in the very beginning. He was going to be the guy. And the job that he's done for you this season, I mean, he's been outstanding for you guys. Just tell me a little bit about that young man.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, coming in, he probably felt like he was just going to be kind of a role guy on the mound, maybe a 2 or a 3 guy. But, once we got our injuries and our situations popped up, he became our number one. And so, he's ready for that. I mean, it's not like it's something that he was shocked about, but, certainly it wasn't something he expected. He thought he would just kind of be an exemplary, kind of a filling guy, 2-3 guy. But, he's done a really good job in those spots. He likes the big games, and, he wants the big games. He thrives in the big games. So, it's not a big deal for him. He just took it in stride. He just rolled off 6 out of 7, wins. I think he's 6-1. So he did a good job for us. Won those first 3 out of 4 district games. He got us in a situation where we could make a playoff run.
And coach, let's talk about the offense that you got last weekend. And I was looking at the numbers, and I think it was your 6 through 9 guys. You had 14 hits in that game, and I think half of them came from 6 through 9 hole. Man, when you can get contributions like that, just tell me, how does that make you feel, man?
Well, I'm smart enough to know the years we've gone to the tournament, and even the year we won it, our 7, 8, 9 guys were just as important as our 1, 2, 3 guys. And half the time we get in those tough situations, man, it's usually those guys up anyway. So we talked about that yesterday, how important it is for our 6, 7, 8, 9 guys to be really good. And they were on Friday night, and hopefully they can continue that. I think we're buying a little time, getting some of those guys better. We talked earlier about how they didn't get as many at-bats last year. Nick Reyes, Carter, Centerfit, Nick Guerrero, a lot of those guys, they just didn't get the at-bats that they were afforded last year. So right now they're probably turning into what grade they really are now. They're sophomores and juniors instead of freshmen and sophomores.
And coach, let's talk a little bit about Brownsville Veterans Memorial. What have you seen? First of all, now you get a 3-game series, and I know that's, for any coach, that's a little bit more comfortable right there. Gives you a little room, and gives your guys a little bit of room for error if that were to happen.
Yeah.
But let's talk about those guys, and what have you seen from them? What are you expecting out of those guys?
Man, they got 3 pretty good pitchers. It's going to be a pretty tough test for us, but we feel like our guys' velo may be a benefit for us. We got a few guys that throw a little harder, maybe something they've seen. We don't know that for sure. We're hoping that might be a factor, but they got a kid named Capistran and one of their top guys, and he's pretty good. He's 84-ish, 85-ish, and he can spot up a little bit. So, he's going to give us a little trouble. So we're going to have to really be good offensively with him. And then they've got 2 other guys that one guy's doesn't throw real hard, but he can locate. And, those guys kind of like the guy, Carol Matridis, you look at him and you think you're going to be able to get some good swings on him, and then you end up in the 6th, 7th inning, you got 4 or 5 hits. So, we're going to have to, again, be really good be really good in the box and have good quality at bats against these guys, because they're good enough to beat us if we're not.
Here at Veterans Memorial and doing our Z-Bart pregame show, talking to Nick Reyes and Xavier Perez. And guys, let's talk to you first, X. I know coming into the season, I mean, you guys as a team, expecting to have Jose Acuna and Jake Miller up at the top in the pitching rotation, but with injuries, things change quickly, and you kind of became the guy. They went to you in tough situations, and you were the guy who kind of had to hold down the fort, especially until Jose Acuna came back. And tell me what it's like being in that role.
Yeah, I mean, well, from the beginning of the year, I'd always wanted to be the number one guy. So I knew it was going to be a dogfight between me, Jose, and Jake Miller, but unfortunately, Jake went down, and so once Jose got hurt that first game and I had to come in, I was like, oh, this is my chance. I got to show what I can do, and that's what I did.
And trying to be a leader on this team as well. And how has that been? You guys have got a lot of younger guys this season. You do have some senior leadership, but a lot of younger guys, and you're junior and having to step into a leadership role. How has that been?
It's been a fun journey, honestly. I mean, being a junior, but being one of the leaders on the team, it's been pretty fun. I mean, getting the younger guys to step up and start playing the way that they can play. They really stepped up late in the season.
And next, let's talk real quick also about the game against Roma, and these guys jumped out to a 6-0 lead. After 2 innings, you went out there with a 6-0 lead, and how important is that just to help you feel relaxed and able to do your thing when these guys do something like that for you?
Yeah, it helped a lot. Usually, if we can get 1 or 2 runs, I'm pretty confident if I'm on the mound that we're gonna win. So the fact that we got 6, I was like, I was just up there, just relaxed and just doing my thing.
And Nick, let's talk about the contributions from the middle of the order and the bottom of the order. I was looking at the numbers, and 6 through 9, you guys had 14 hits in that game. 6 through 9 accounted for 7 of those 14 hits. How important was that in that game in particular, and how important do you think it's going to be going forward for you guys to get contributions up and down the lineup?
That's big time, I mean, everyone has to up and down have good at-bats and just be tough outs, and that's what Jaeger preaches, compete in the box every at-bat. So I mean, it's big time. Even 6 through 9, having those kinds of at-bats and contributing that much is real big for us. And going forward, it's going to be even bigger because every at-bat's going to matter.
And having this guy out there on the mound, how much confidence does that give you guys?
Oh, every time X is on the mound, every time any pitcher's on the mound, I know we have the chance to win. I have all the confidence in the world in our pitchers.
Good evening, high school baseball fans, and welcome out to Brownsville, Texas. Here we go, round 2. Jake Vasquez, and I'll have the call for you tonight between Brownsville Veterans Memorial and Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial here in the area matchup. This is game 1 of a best-of-3 series between these two teams, and they will resume play after this ball game. They'll resume play on Saturday in Corpus Christi at Cabinets Field. So we'll bring you this game here tonight. I'm going to be on the road quite a bit this weekend, and we unfortunately are not going to be able to bring you the games on Saturday at home, but we will get this road game for you, game 1 between these two teams, and a pretty important game, especially with the possibility of some bad weather over the weekend. Getting a win in game 1 is always important, but even more so with the chance of some rain coming in and perhaps the chance that they might have to postpone or even if the weather gets so bad and you can't find a place to play, sometimes they'll turn it into a 1-game series. So game 1, a big game for both of these clubs. They both want to get in the win column. So let's go ahead as we've got a 7 p.m. first pitch. We're about 20 minutes away from first pitch here in Brownsville, and we are on the campus of Veterans Memorial, and really, really nice campus, and we've got a bird's eye view this evening, and I am literally on top of the press box here, so pretty cool view, pretty unique, and so we'll bring you the ball game from right up here. Let's go ahead and get you starting lineups for these two teams, and we'll start with the visitors, the Veterans Memorial Eagles. Eagles today are wearing gray on gray, so they're wearing their road unis. It says Eagles across the chest. They've got the numbers in blue, trimmed in red. And Eagles will lead things off with their left fielder, number 7, Xavier Bettis. Batting second will be the first baseman, number 13, Dalen Peña. Batting third and on the mound, number 26, Jose Acuna. In the cleanup spot, the shortstop, number 2, Jake Robbie. Batting fifth, third baseman, number 5, Tanner Johnson. Batting sixth for the Eagles, second baseman, number 1, Jake Martinez. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 11, Nick Reyes. Batting eighth for the Eagles, center fielder, number 3, Carter Centerfit. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 23, Nick Guerrero. Guerrero will bat for the catcher, number 6, A.G. Guerrero. So that is the starting lineup for the Veterans Memorial Eagles. And let me get you the starting lineup for the home team, the Brownsville Veterans Memorial Chargers. So we're gonna have to go with mascots tonight. 2 Veterans Memorial, so we'll go mascots tonight. Eagles versus Chargers. And leading things off for the Chargers will be the third baseman, number 12, Javier Hinojosa. Batting second and playing center field, number 3, Brandon Betancourt. Batting third and on the mound, number 7, Rafael Capistran. In the cleanup spot will be the catcher, number 14, Heriberto Maldonado. Batting fifth and playing second base, number 1, Marlon Rodriguez. Batting sixth for the Chargers will be the shortstop, number 10, Carlos Garza. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 25, Eloy Garcia. Garcia will bat for the left fielder, number 21, Rene Zayas. Batting eighth for the Chargers will be the first baseman, number 9, Jason Villarreal. And batting ninth, right fielder, number 4, Marlon Montelongo. And that is the starting lineup for the home team. And the Chargers, they're wearing white pinstriped unis, also blue numbers with red trim. So both teams red, white, and blue. The Eagles in their road grays and the home team in their white pinstriped unis. So Chargers versus Eagles. And let's get you some info on both of those teams. So for the visitors, the Veterans Memorial Eagles, coming out of District 29 5A, where they took the second spot behind the Gregory Portland Wildcats. And the Eagles in district play, they were 12-3. Overall, they are 24-6-1 under the direction of head coach Lee Yeager. And for the Eagles, some returning starters from last year, to note, Dalen Peña, 4-year starter. He is a senior this year, plays first base, plays some outfield, and you'll see him on the mound. He can close out some games as well. He's actually started a few games for the Eagles. So Dalen Peña, one of their returning starters. Carter Centerfit, their center fielder. He is a senior as well. Jose Acuna, the senior left-hander, and you'll see him on the mound tonight. You also see him, he'll play some first base for the Eagles as well. Jake Robbie, their senior shortstop, and Xavier Jr., all returning from last year's squad. Last year, the Eagles finished the season 15-0-1, a season that was cut short due to COVID. And so they were pretty hot, and they got quite a few guys that came back. They lost quite a few guys as well, but quite a few guys that did come back for the Eagles. And looks like the coaches are meeting with the umpires at home plate. So let's get you some info on the Chargers. The Chargers are out of District 32 5A, and they won the district. So the winners of 32 5A, and for the Chargers, let's see, they were 12-2 in district play, tied with Weslaco East, and they had a playoff game, or a play-in game rather, a seeding game. Beat the Weslaco East Wildcats to take the second spot. 19-10-1 overall are the Chargers under the direction of head coach Adam Vera. And some returning starters for the Chargers: Heriberto Maldonado, senior catcher; Rene Sanchez, senior first baseman and pitcher; Rafael Capistran, a senior, we'll see him on the mound tonight; Javier Hinojosa, senior shortstop and pitcher; Brandon Betancourt, senior outfielder and pitcher, and Marlon Montalongo, a senior outfielder. Some returning guys from last year's squad. They were 7-4-1 when the season ended last year. So that is the Veterans Memorial Chargers right here from Brownsville, Texas. So we're going to do starting lineups here, and while they get those starting lineups underway, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we'll bring you the national anthem and first pitch. Blast Vision live from Brownsville, Texas.
With the sun staying out later and the weather getting warmer, get out and grill. Staple Street Meat Market has the best selection of quality meats for your next barbecue. Known for their Angus beef fajitas, smoked sausages, and new authentic family recipe Ponle brand spices. Like us on Facebook and never miss our weekly specials. We're located at 7626 South Staple Street, number 111 in Kings Crossing. But coming soon, our new location at 7418 South Staple Street is set to open in early 2022. Staple Street Meat Market, proud supporters of South Texas Athletics.
Rick Sines with Z-Bart of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas Athletics. Stop by their location at 4535 Everhart for auto alarms, window tint, diamond gloss, auto detailing, rhino linings, and more. Call 361-985-9274 for more information or to make an appointment. Z-Bart, it's us or rust. Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas Athletics. Come by and see us at 4313 South Staples in Autotown. We'd like to wish all of the local teams the best of luck this season from your friends at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram. 361hsblast.com, your newest source for Coastal Bend 5A baseball and football news. Matt Rogers, Jake Vasquez, George Vondercheck, Stu Duncan, and Pete Garcia, positively spotlighting student athletes, coaches, programs, and schools through insightful features, video, game stories, stats, fan polls, schedules, rosters, and so much more. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. 361hsblast.com. Come check us out.
Johnny Luna with Auto Nation Chevrolet, Cadillac, GMC, and Buick, inviting everyone into the dealership to take a look at the inventory, including brand new 2021 models. But wait, there's more. Auto Nation also has the biggest selection of pre-owned cars in town. Free window tint with purchase of any vehicle when you mention you heard this ad on Blast Vision Live. Come and get sold and rolled.
When I think of Snowball, I think of the hot Corpus summers of my childhood and trips to the original Snowball located at 3830 Baldwin. And now, Snowball 2 has taken that Corpus Christi staple to the south side. Located at 7114 Saratoga, they're your one-stop shop for your favorite snacks. Frito pies, hot Cheetos and cheese, hot dogs, pickles, candy apples, and ice cream. And of course, those amazing snowballs you remember from back when you were a kid. Chris Bernal with LB21 Tournaments US SSA Baseball, hosting the best youth baseball tournaments in South Texas. Best youth baseball tournaments in South Texas at the all-new turf fields in Portland, Texas. LB21, supporting high school baseball in the Coastal Bend area. Welcome back to the Sable Street Meat Market broadcast booth, our Z-Bart pregame show, and they're finishing up the starting lineups here. We're about to bring you the national anthem. Coming to you live here from Brownsville, Texas. It is Brownsville Veterans Memorial versus Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial, the Chargers versus the Eagles. And we'll pause briefly for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts.
3, 2, 1, 0.
It's game time.
Liftoff.
So sit back and enjoy the ride right here on Blast Vision.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth here in Brownsville, Texas. Jake Vasquez with the call. And here we go. Game 1 of this best-of-3 series between Brownsville Veterans Memorial, Christie Veterans Memorial, the Eagles versus the Chargers. And it's a bit windy up here, so if you hear some wind noise, it's because we are literally on top of the press box. So we got a bird's eye view of this ball game, and a little bit of wind. So you might get some wind noise there. Apologize about that, but here we go. Get you some information on Capistran here in just a second. He is going to be throwing for the Chargers. Let's get you the defensive alignment first. Outfield left to right, Zayas, Benacourt, and Montelongo. Villarreal at first, Rodriguez at second, Garza at the shortstop, Hinojosa at third, Maldonado behind the dish, and Rafael Capistran on the mound for the Chargers. And Capistran, let's get you some info on the young man. He is their ace. The young is, let's see if we can get his record here. Senior, 1.42 ERA. He is 5-1 on the season. And Capistran, 10 appearances for the Chargers, 49 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 17 runs, 10 earned on 36 hits, 28 walks, and 76 strikeouts for Capistran. And he was the Game 1 starter in the series, in their bi-district series as well. That was against McAllen Rowe. And in the ball game, he went all 7 for him. He allowed 1 run, it was earned, on 2 hits, 1 walk, and 13 strikeouts, and the young man got the win for the Chargers in Game 1. So we'll see him here in Game 2, and he will start this ball game against the top of the order Eagles, Perez, Peña, and Acuna, and it'll be Xavier Perez who will lead things off. Xavier batting .389 on the season, 35 hits and 90 at-bats, 11 doubles, 4 home runs, 26 runs driven in, and 26 runs scored. So here we go. As Perez digs in, Capistran gets his pitch, and he's going to step off. Here we go. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Art Green behind the plate here in this ball game, officially underway at 6:54. So 6:54 first pitch, and it is a strike. So 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss. 0-2. So Capistran quickly ahead in the count. 0-2 on Perez. Swing and a miss. So Perez retired via the strikeout, 1 away. So with 1 down and bases empty for Peña, Dalen digging in. Leads the team batting .407. First pitch swinging, and he lifts that one, but it's slicing foul. Going to get out of play, first base side. So an 0-1 count on Peña. 33 hits and 81 at-bats, 14 doubles, 3 home runs. He's driven in 26 and scored 35 for the Eagles. So 0-1 count, 1 down. Capistran delivers, and now it's fouled off at the plate. 0-2. here early in the ball game. Just threw the first 2 batters, but Capistran has yet to throw a ball. 5 pitches, all strikes. There comes the 0-2. And a ground ball third base side, but it's going to go foul. So we'll do it again at 0-2. Benny at the plate, Jose Acuna on deck for the Eagles. First 3 scheduled batters here in the top of the first. Capistran from the windup, and he delivers up. So 1-2 the count on De La Pena. And timeout called, granted by the home plate umpire. Talked about in the pregame how important it is. This game one always important. You always want to get the win in game 1, but even more important when you've got impending weather and the possibility to get some rain over the weekend. Swing and a miss at the breaking pitch from Capistran. So back-to-back strikeouts, 2-way here in the top of the first. That's going to bring up Jose Acuna. So Acuna will bat from the left side. And Capistran delivers high. 1-0 the count. Acuna batting .292, 7 hits and 24 at-bats. 1 double, 5 runs driven in. He scored 4 times, and that one got him bending over trying to get out of the way, so 2-0 the count. Heard Coach Yeager talking about, them wanting to give Acuna an extra week for the arm, just trying to get him back healthy. Had an injury early in the season, and that's why not so many at-bats either for Acuna, but he's done pretty good at the plate when he did come back, and so finds himself in the 3-hole and takes ball 3. Breaking pitch stayed outside. So 3-0 the count on Acuna. From the windup comes a pitch, swing and a miss. Comes with the heater. And Acuna can't catch up right there. So 3-1 the count. 2 down here in the top of the first. And that pitch is going to miss outside for ball 4. So a walk to Acuna and a runner at first base with 2 outs, and we'll have a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Looks like it's going to be number 12, Moya. So Larry Moya will take over at first base. Jake Robbie at the plate, senior shortstop for the Eagles, batting .313 on the season, 21 hits and 67 at-bats, 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 home runs. 13 runs driven in, 16 runs scored for the senior shortstop. Another left-hander for the Eagles. So Capistran now from the stretch, and he delivers a first pitch up. So Moya at first base, Villarreal holding him on. Capistran gives him a quick look and actually going to step off, no throw. And that pitch inside gets Robbie on the, luckily he had that ankle protector that sounded like it got him right on the protector. I imagine that still kind of hurts. So he's going to make his way down to first base, hit by a pitch, and that'll be first and second now for the Eagles with 2 outs. Tanner Johnson to the plate. Timeout called. Tanner Johnson batting .367 for the Eagles this season. 29 hits, 79 at-bats, 5 doubles and a triple. He's driven in 21 runs and he has scored 12 for the Eagles. So meeting on the mound is over. Checking in on the chat. I'm also going to give you a score update here as Ray and McAllen are already underway. So I want to say hi to Cynthia Moreno checking in, and Ben Garcia also checking in as well. Pitch on the way, and that pitch in there for a strike. Ben leaving tomorrow or Saturday with Our Lady of the Lake University for the opening round of the NAIA World Series. So pretty cool stuff over there, and a couple of guys on this Brownsville Veterans Memorial team signing with the Saints. And that's Benecourt and Hinojosa going to be attending Our Lady of the Lake University, and the young man on the mound, Capistran, who just delivered strike 2, committed to UTRGV. Thank you, Ben, for all the info. 0-2 pitch, breaking pitch just misses outside. So 1-2 the count on Johnson. Eagles have Robbie at first base. He was hit by a pitch. And Larry Moya at second. Courtesy runner for Jose Acuna, who was walked. So first and second with 2 outs. 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch and another breaking pitch, and that one in the dirt. 2-2. Twos across the board. Pitch on the way, runners on the move, and that one behind the backstop, but a good bounce right back to the catcher, Maldonado. So Moya and Robbie, they do advance a base, so second and third, full count on Johnson. Payoff pitch. Here it comes, and that one is going to be sharply hit but foul, third base side. So we'll do it again at 3-2. So Ben Garcia and Our Lady of the Lake, they will leave tomorrow, going to be playing in Montgomery, Alabama. 3-2 pitch. Outside corner. No, called outside. I thought it was that infamous Art Green strike call, but no. Says the pitch missed outside, so a walk to Johnson, and that will load him up for Jake Martinez. Eagles second baseman. 2 down and a bit of a jam here for Capistran. First pitch to Martinez, swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Martinez batting .382 on the season, 29 hits and 76 at-bats, 7 doubles and a home run. He's driven in 14. So 0-1 pitch in there, 0-2. So Capistran way ahead here. 0-2 pitch on the way, and that one is going to be popped up into shallow.